Oh, hello to everybody as we're recording. So all of you that are watching later on, we greet you too. And then we're going to, I muted everybody so it makes it nice and quiet, and we'll unmute Michael Simonsen here. And, we've talked about having team meetings every week and getting some training from other people and pulling in some of the other leaders in the teams and our own upline, who better to learn from. And I don't know about you, but is anybody here would like to be maybe Royal Crown someday? Anybody? Well, then I think we could all learn from a Royal Crown. So, Michael, I am so grateful that you actually came on to be on here today. So I appreciate your time. I know we all do. And those of you who know Michael Simonsen, we all love Michael Simonsen, our Royal Crown upline. I think if people would give him a description of something, they would probably say Michael Simonsen, the guy who lives with heart. Wouldn't we say that? I think that's how I've heard him so many times be described. If you've ever heard somebody who's living by following their heart, it's Michael Simonsen. And Michael has become one of our closest friends. And I know that because sometimes if my husband only has a day or two in Denmark where we see each other, he spends part of it with Michael Simonsen. Because that's how close friends they are. So Michael, I think, number one, I think what we'll do today is do an interview with you. We're going to talk a little bit about things, what people are learning. And we'll probably spend the last 10 minutes or so just talking a little bit about the hub. After people can also ask you questions. Does that sound okay?
Sounds very much okay. And before we jump into it, I would say to you, Carla, thank you very much for the invitation, because it's actually me who gets it's all about out from this, because I love to be among you guys, even though it's only online here. So I have been looking the whole day forward to meet all of you. And when it's not possible to jump over the pond tonight, second one is to be here online with you. So I'm glad to be here, and if I can reach only out to one person who will get something out of it tonight and go out and struggle a little bit more and eventually have some more triumphs, I'm happy about that.
I love that. Okay, so I think, we've had a lot of new people coming in, and there's new people on this call, and some of them are thinking, okay, Michael Simonsen. Who is Michael Simonsen? So I think it'd be good just to take a second and say maybe a little bit about you got started in Zinzino. Some of them know who Black Ambassador Peter Sorensen is, and you actually got sponsored in by him. So why did you sign up with Zinzino? What did you do to get started? What was it back then?
That's a very, very good question, actually, and I always have there are actually two answers to that question, because why did I sign up and how did it went out, actually? And one date is when did I sign up, and the other date and the other answer also is when did I actually begin to work with the business. Because I started up by Peter called me one day in 2006, actually, and told me to come to Aarhus, our second largest capital in Denmark, and he wanted to buy me a dinner, which I, of course, said, yes, please do that. And we met in Aarhus, and he showed me one coffee pot and nothing else but a piece of paper and draw some circles, like Randy Gates used to say in the drawing, the circles. And I signed up. But I didn't know what I was signed up to. And I actually even today, I don't know why I signed up. I just signed up. And I got this coffee machine, the old one, and a lot of coffee. The next 3 years, I didn't do anything with the business. I didn't understand the business. I didn't understand why I actually signed up. I throw all the coffee in the container along the house I was living in, and I didn't actually wanted to do either Peter or the business. I had my dream job. I lived the life on the pink clouds. I had my dream job, my dream car. Everything was just fine. And then suddenly one day the problems came. They arose from down under. I don't know where it came from. I lost my job. It was a finance crisis here in Denmark. And suddenly the bank called me and my new wife, Marie, as you probably have heard of, and said, "Hey guys, the new house you just bought, sell it again. We need our money back." Okay, because your income, Michael, which was the backbone for the loan for the house, it's gone. So now we need the money back. We don't have the safety that you can pay. So then I called Peter. I remembered something called Cincino and asked him, "Hey Peter, this Cincino thing, does it still exist? Do you make any money? Do you drive in a big car?" I don't know why I asked him that. That was probably because if he drove in the big car, there must be money in the business. And then Peter came to my place, met my new wife. He drew the circle again, like 3 years before. And then I was all in. I was literally standing with my back against the wall. I needed money here, right here and right now, at least within the next 3 to 4 months. Otherwise, the bank will foreclose the house and sell it. So Marie, my new wife, just saw Peter in his eyes. She looked him very deep in his eyes and asked, "Hey," it was first time she saw Peter ever. "Peter, can you and Michael do this? I will give you 6 months, and then Michael have to live good on the salary from Cincino. Otherwise, I'm out, and I take Michael with me. No more Cincino." So Peter and we jump in his car, and the next 3 to 4 months, we struggle like crazy. I have to show my bank something, my new wife something, and my newborn kid something. And we managed it. We are still living in the very same house as your guest. So Cincino worked very well. That was the short story, Carla. So of course, when I can still be in the very same house, and I have tried to work Cincino in that way when I was struggling financially with a lot of other things, and the bank was calling us, they were writing to us, emailing us. I was under pressure, to say it very mildly. So I have tried to work Cincino in a way that it's actually saved our butts. So of course, sorry. Of course, I'm still in Cincino. Of course, I will always be here because it's a proven way to many things.
Yeah. And you said though at some point, because you actually saw the big picture, you know, you were making a top income in Denmark. You saw Peter could do a top income, but you did see that you wanted to work this as a big business. It wasn't a hobby for you. You saw that this could be huge.
Exactly. And I could, when I have so-called saved our house and the finance crisis was kind of gone again, it was very easy for me to jump out in the property development business again and have a good job. And it still is actually, and a very good salary and a very big car and all the benefits you know about. But there is a world in difference. There is a big difference. You do not have the free time like you have when you work Cincino. You definitely don't have the freedom when you work for another man and his business and his dreams. Mm-hmm. Here, you use a certain amount of time. You invest not only in your own life, your own income. You invest in your family's life for the next generations also, because of the compounded effect, the income you have here in direct sales. I can't imagine wherever you are going to do that in any kind of business in the world. I haven't heard about it.
You've actually done something. You actually had seen direct sales somewhere else, so you knew that something worked. But there's something special about Zinzino. The balanced products work. The company itself, our founders have a different vision. The last years that you've been in it, I think the future is going to be a lot different.
Yeah, you said it, Carla. The future had never been so bright and white as it is now. Of course, each and every one of the Zinzino leaders are talking about a bright future and are trying to draw the future crystal clear for us. But I must say, the 8.5 years I have been working with Zinzino and with you, Carla and JP, and our upline, my sponsor, Peter Simonsen, and Ørn and Hilde, I haven't seen a moment like this that is so bright when it comes to the future. Zinzino is definitely a totally different company today than it was 1 year ago, 2 years ago, 13 years ago from the founding. Today we have everything is settled. The leadership is there. Everything is there. Now, 3 years ago, we were number one globally when it came to the offline system. And it still is. But 3 years ago, Hilde Sale, the co-founder we have, from the big states, told us, guys, today we are starting a new area in Zinzino. Carla? Yeah, in Zinzino. And that will eventually, within the next 3 to 4 years, get us to be number one online also. And then the problems came in 15, you remember. But today, now we are here actually. We are now online and I'm using it and it runs like never before, my business. It's offline, it's online. We are globally friends. And the timing, one partner asked me the other day, hey, Michael, if you could have what you have today, and yes, you started 8.5 years ago, or you could start today with what you know and what you have between your hands in Zinzino business, what would you prefer? I would definitely prefer to start today. It's much, much more easy to build a brilliant business for you and your family today from scratch than it was 8 years ago or 4 years ago. So the timing, after my opinion, have never, ever been better than now.
I love that because I see the same thing. I think a lot of people are seeing this is going to be a huge business. This is going to be great. But Michael, this is where I want to really dig into something with you, because that's one thing you've done very well. A lot of us, and I've talked to a lot of the people on our team, we want to build it big. We want to build it now. And yet we've got kids, we've got grandchildren, we've got family. And like Sarah Robbins said at Mastermind, she said, don't let your why be your sacrifice. And I remember years ago, you couldn't get a hold of you on your family days. And you made sure that you put family first and that you made time for them. And I mean, I think it's finding that balance so that you get your priorities straight. But what is it that you do? What is it that you can help us to make sure we keep things straight and so we don't sacrifice too much type thing?
Very, very good question. I think it's very crucial and foundational what you just asked about. because if the balance is really not there, Carla, we can forget it in the long run. And we should stay in the long run, right? And I mean, we should build something for that last forever, so we can leave a legacy for our next generations, like you just said, grandchildren and everything.
And just for the people know, you've got kids at home. I mean, not only do you have an older kids that also have that grandbaby, but how old are your kids?
I have Noah, he's 6. I have Sophia, she's 10. And then, the 2 older folks with 1 grandchild. So I have a lot to do with my kids and my family and my lovely wife, yes. Yeah. And yes, guys, they are jumping on the walls when we have small kids at home. You got something to do with them. Yeah. So it's not a 8-5 job, it's 24/7. So, but back to your question, which is very, as I said, very crucial. We gotta have the balance. If not for building the business right, then for keeping our family together. What is more important than our family? There's only one thing. I have my priorities, and I will let you know my priorities. I can't and I will not say what you should prioritize in your life. That's none of my business. That's on your side of the paper. But what I have been doing and still doing is God is number 1. I'm number 2. My family is number 4. Cincino is number 5.
That's number 3.
Excuse me?
You said number 1, 2, 4, and 5. We missed number 3 somehow, Michael.
Oh, thank you for being awake here. Number.
But
God.
It's okay.
Number 1 is God. Number 2 is me. 3, my family. 4, Cincino.
Okay.
That's the way I do it. Yes. Because if I'm not in balance myself, I can't really do anything for my wife, my kids, my grandchild, my neighbors, my friends, or I can't function properly in Cincino. So that also hit back to my wife, my kids, and everything. So I have to be in balance myself, and the way I'm in balance and take time to become in balance if I'm kind of out of balance is my connection with our Creator. So that's nothing to do with you, that's my life. But the main thing is that we have to be in balance ourselves with our family. Of course, we have to sacrifice something, Carla, like you said before, but not our family. What's in it if we got $1 million each and every month coming in from Cincino? We got all the cars, the big houses, everything material, but the family is gone. Come on, I don't want to do that. So what I want to do is actually it's very practical. When you Carla, you have been a school teacher for many years, and I heard that from the walls here you were very good at it actually. So you left that job to go into the direct sales, but better than everyone else that when you go to school, what do all the kids hang on the refrigerator? A little thing, a paper, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and so on. What do I got to do every day? And then I have the weekends for free. I do the very same. I still do in my Cincino business. And I not force, but I urge people to do the very same. You have your day job. And by the way, I hate when people say, JOB, just over broke. Come on, guys. Love your jobs. Do your best. You have it for a reason. It pays the salary. Give it all in like it's the last job you're going to have. Maybe it is actually, but love your job. Don't go around and say just over broke. I hate it. I hate my boss. Love it. Go do your work and then settle with that. In the paper, Monday to Friday, do something with a cross or a color, a certain color, maybe blue. blue out all the days where you're working, and make marks when you wanna make time with your family, and maybe you have some Italian classes, or swimming classes, or football with your son and daughters. Put it on the paper, so you have an overview. What am I going to do each and every week? And when you are finished with that, you have some spots on the paper, blind spots, as I used to call them, or Cincino spots. Maybe it's 2 hours, maybe it's 14 or 26 hours. It depends. It's very individual. But the main thing is that the spots you have left in the weekly planner, it's for Cincino.
Mm-hmm.
And in average, I can see there are between 10 and 15 spots, hours, free, left for anything. So why not put 10 in for Cincino?
Mm-hmm.
Each and every week. It's doable. Everybody can overcome it. It's not something that will take our family away from us. Of course, you will not build the business from over the night. From Monday to Tuesday. But that's not the purpose with direct sales.
Mm-hmm.
It's like this one here, actually. It's upside down. Yeah, it's the slide edge. You know it. Mm-hmm. Everybody knows it. Everybody knows the book. Everybody read it. Everybody saw the chart. I showed you.
If they haven't read it, they should read it. It's an amazing book about keeping consistency in it.
Actually, it's the way, Carla.
Yeah.
I love the way. It's very easy to do, but here comes it. It's also very easy not to do. Because if we don't apply the principles standing in the book, written in the book, it doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
The principles, after my opinion, are so easy and simple that we might not use them and apply them.
Yeah.
But because we think it can't really be only that. It's so simple. It's crazily simple that I have to think about something else that might be a little bit harder to do, because if it's a little bit more challenge to do, I might do it. But this is so easy that it's also easy not to do. That's very dangerous, actually.
Michael, I actually remember, because we don't have a whole bunch of time left, and I do want to get to the hub, but I want to say something in regards to, you said something from the very start. You said, if I can just help one person get through the next struggle. And actually, I want to grab on that, because a lot of people, they don't realize how much struggle it can be, and that you're going to go through struggles. And I don't know. I was kind of thinking, like, what is something that you would like to have somebody have told you when you were getting started? That you didn't know, but you would wish that people would tell everybody who's new now?
Again, I have to say that's also a very good question. But of course, I have 8 years of experience to sum up what do I wish someone had told me from the very day I began the journey. And that is it's crystal clear for me. And if my sponsor, to name him Peter Simonsen, I love him, and he has been doing so much for me. It's incredible. But if he could have kicked me in my behind and told me, Michael, it's very, very important for you and your future business that you from day number 1 follow the system, read and apply the Express Start, use the materials we have, don't ignore them, don't be arrogant regards our things, our way to do the things. don't just jump in and do it your own way. Follow the system. Apply the things we tell you. Because I don't know if it was 1 year or so that I didn't read that much in Express Start. I didn't attend the business presentations or BPSs that much that I should actually. So and I have been seeing many people not following the system on a daily basis. So if we could find a way that we could tell people they gotta follow the simple system step by step, which eventually will get them to the dreams, wildest dreams ever. That's for sure. It's a given, period. If we could do that, we have the solution here, Carla. So yes, please go out and force with heart and tough love your people, your team, your new members coming in tomorrow. They have to read and apply the Express Style and our system. Then you will have the biggest team ever staying in the business, because then you have the what is the word, duplication going on, and people are not lifted along the way. They can do it by themselves, because if you are someday are not there for a reason, they can work the business themselves. They don't need you in a positive way.
Love it. Well, Michael Simonsen, you are amazing. We want to thank you so much for you taking your time to come on here and giving us your words of wisdom too. And Michael, I'm going to say you're able to stay on. I'm going to use just the next, try to do it under 5 minutes of just the short version of the hub. So you're welcome to stay on if you want to.
If I can stay awake before I go to the next meeting, I will try to do that. I'm all in here. Okay, awesome. So I'm just going to tell everybody we're so excited that we have this new hub. And it's just another way, as Michael said, Hilda says we're going to be going more and more online. And we're going to, so that we're great offline where we meet somebody, because it is a relationship business. Actually, you heard Michael Simonsen say he doesn't even know why he really signed up. I know, he trusted Peter. Peter was a friend. And it's that relationship that makes the difference. But what the hub can do is make it easier to send something to people. And I'm going to just show you short 2 things that it has right now in regards to the blogs. There's 2 different blogs, and there's 2 different sites in regards to one about balance, one about Viva. So I'm just going to show it in very simple terms. So by sharing my screen, you can see if you go to, oh, it looks like it logged out for me. That's just always nice. Yeah, so if we might need to log in again, sign in. Nice that it just did it for me. I was all set, but we can do this again. So if you go on your logged in page, you'll be able to see here, this where it says log into the Zinzino Hub. So if you push that, there are different things that you can play with to go around. And I'm going to move everybody down a little bit. And I got to see if I can get that moved so I can move this. There we go. So this is my page. And I want to go down here to the links. Now, there's different things that you could do with the blog. So there's the balance blog. No, this one actually says crazy tired. So this is the link you could send somebody. Or you can send them in regards to the blog in regard to the fish oil. And they're great blogs. So you can do it Facebook-wise, or you can send it in the Messenger, Twitter, LinkedIn, Google, or you can just take this link and copy it. So there's 2 separate ones.
And you can send it to them. And actually, if they look at the blog, if they look at this, I'll show you what you can see by it. Copy it. So I'm going to put it just in another page just for you to see what it looks like. Paste and go. So you get this beautiful blog up. Discover the astonishing breakthrough from Scandinavia. And it's a great thing about different things in regards to why fish oil doesn't work, and balance. It tells a little bit about long-lived balance oil. And actually, this is just a nice little blog. So it's a great thing for people to see. And, you know, it has a little bit of information on it. There's different things you can see here. So those are the two things. And if they go in and follow around on there, it actually ties to you and yours. This is my ID number at the back. Or you can go to the two things on websites. Now, you've got two things we can do, Balance Oil or Viva. So here is the link you could send somebody. You can send it different ways. You can make a copy of it. And actually, I think if I push on it, it goes straight there. Discovering the health breakthrough from Scandinavia, and it tells about the testimonials and what it is about. And actually, you can push read more, and it even tells you all more different things about it and why this is the super formula. It shows the video, tells more things. A couple different places, if you noticed, it said get tested. Well, that's what's kind of fun, because if they push either get tested or they watch the video, or anything, it actually sends them back to where they can they can put in their name. And if I just make something up here, email, let's see, I got to get an gmail.com, good enough. See if it allows it. Then I need, let's go to the US one, and phone number 234561234. I'm just making one up. See if it goes through. Hopefully that email will go through. Yay! Then you can come in. Then they get to come in, and it even has, you know, what you can put in their name, and it comes up, and they can choose their oils. So it actually is quite simple to use if they use the hub. And actually, as soon as they get into this level, you can see them. So I'm going to come back here. I just wanted to say, just simply, those are the few things you can do. You can either go to the blogs and send out those blogs. You can go to those two links and send out those two links, and that way people can sign up themselves, and they are your customer. Now, some people are saying, well, I would like to get the product for free. That's the campaign right now. You can either send them through that hub and they sign up, or you can actually, if you sign up a customer that is a Balance customer or a Viva customer the regular way, you also get a free product that way. So right now with our campaign of the 5 action points and the 8 action points, there are people who have done the 8 action points. Congratulations to you. There are people who have done, lots of people who have done the 5 action points for all of November. Congratulations to you too. Absolutely love it. And there's so much, so many of you I can see are running for so much. There's a lot of things going on. There's going to be more and more through that hub, and we'll be training more and more on that. But right now, that's about the things that you can just work on. It's kind of like saying, like Dog had said, it's just a little bit of the taco. We don't have all the salsa or the guacamole or anything cool in it right now. It's just a very basic. But those are the things that you could do right now by sending out those. And the reason I think those are fun is that it's so non-salesy. I have sent out so many of those blogs just to say, hey, this is what I was talking about. Or, hey, I thought of you when I read this. And it makes it really nice because it's just kind of simple, and they're going to make more and more and more of those. So it's just simple. If it's overwhelming, work on your goals, work on those action points, put people in the way you usually do. We just want you to get your 5 or 8 action points. Go for 8. But it's gonna be huge. Okay. Is there anybody who has a quick question? If so, you can unmute or you can watch this later also. Anybody want to just have any questions?
Just one? Just one question. Come on.
We can have a question.
Just one, please.
So we're pretty new. I'm confused. I don't know what action points are. Can you explain them to me, please?
Oh, you guys, this is great. That's a perfect question. Okay, so you guys are business owners too. So it's kind of like saying, you know, somebody's going to buy something from you, and instead of it being $10, we're going to call them credits. Instead of $10, when you get ECB, you get $20 instead of $10. That's a pretty good deal, right?
Yeah.
Well, if you get 5 action points, they're not going to just give you $10. They're going to give you not just $20. They're going to give you $30, 30 credits for everything that anybody buys in your entire team, the entire month of November.
Nice.
So if you get 5 action points, now you can get an action points from every premier customer. That would be 5. If you have somebody signing up as a partner, we have those 3 different kits. That's 1, 2, and 3 different points. So if somebody comes in an ultimate kit, or you have 2 ultimate kits, there's 6 points.
Oh.
However you put together those 5 points. Now, since we're going to get 5, how about if we get 3 more? Because that way you would have 200% for everything backdating the entire month of October, which is crazy that they do that, and the entire month of November, which is huge. So since you guys are so new, it's a great way to get that ECB, which is lifelong anyway. So as long as you stay silver or have 10 customers, you would always have the ECB, which means double up, you know? So that's really pretty huge, isn't it? That's like crazy. Yeah. So action points. Let's work at minimum 5. Let's work on 8. And we'll help you do the meetings to make sure that you get in those customers or partners.
Perfect. Perfect.
Yes.
I see there's a question on the group chat from Glenn. It says, will more landing pages be coming?
Yes, there's lots of things coming. Tons of blog pages, and for every thing, this is just the beginning, and then it'll be growing to partner things. So it's going to be awesome.
I have a question.
Yes, Marcy dear.
Hi there. I just caught part of it. Somebody was talking to me at the same time. You said something about, as far as the free product goes, we put it through the hub. I read that. But did you say that we will get the free product another way, or did I misunderstand? Could
Yes.
you please clarify?
If you look at the email in regards to the rules, it's always good to go through that, because it does say on there that it doesn't, even though it's called a hub campaign, that however you register the Viva customer or a Balance customer gives you that free product. If a customer registers it, the customer gets the free product. So yes, so don't rack your brains and saying, okay, I got to figure out how to go through the hub. Now, if you really want to go through the hub where it showed the links, so you go under the tools where it says links, and then the website, and there's the 2 websites. You can use those, either the Balance website or the Viva website if you want to register through the hub, but either way gets it there. So if you want to play with it, go ahead and do it through the hub.
Carla, I sent you a message this morning, and thank you for responding back. I don't know if everybody else realizes it, and maybe we had touched on it before I came on. I apologize. But anyway, my question was, and I wasn't clear as to what the answer was until you sent it back. It was in regards to when you enter in a new customer, or even an add-on to a customer that you presently have with a Viva or another Balance Oil Premier kit, and you sign them on, if they have like a husband or a son or family members and they want to get theirs in Zeno for free, so you sign these new customers on under that original customer, then it is that original customer, correct, that is receiving that gift.
So if it's your personal customer, you're signing up. If it's
Right.
the customer who's signing them up, the customer gets a free. So I've talked
Good.
to some of my customers because they love to help get people for free. I have a gal,
Yes.
she got hers for free there. And so it's a great way to tell your customers, hey, guess what? And then they're excited about doing this too. And they want
Right.
products. So
Right.
and remember, they don't get action points. You get every action point.
Right. Thank you for clarifying that because I wasn't totally understanding that rule. So now I get to go back to school tomorrow and let the gals know, guess what? You're getting free product. Yay.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, the hub is great. Don't feel that you have to understand everything. Play with a little bit and let's get out there and get all the action points and get it 200% all of November month because that's going to be huge. But how about getting 200% for the rest of this month? And it actually backdates all the way for the whole month of October. That could be huge. Yeah, I see that Leslie going, yes, 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 yes. She's on a roll, that Leslie. She's got them all, and she's still rocking it. Is she here running? Yeah. So, but and it, we're gonna have another team meeting next, and I taped them, so if people aren't on, they can watch it again. I'm going to try to keep them to a half hour. This time went 45 minutes, but everything Michael Simon said was so important, and I thought it was good to go through the Simple Hub. We have next week. Look forward to Crown Marco Passanante. I'm going to unmute everybody so we can say Marco's coming on. Anybody excited about that?
Oh, yeah.
Very much so.
It's going to be huge. Marco.
I gotta say, Soren, great to see you.
Oh, hey, look, we got to wave to Soren. Hi, Soren.
Hey, sorry I'm late.
But it's great to see you, and it's been great. It was perfect to have Michael Simonsen on. I knew he was going to run off to the next meeting here, but we thank him for his time. We're going to have Soren on. We can hear more from him coming up too. Next week it'll be Marco, and I know that our upline Pete Anderson is going to also be coming on one of these days too. So
Awesome.
Great to see you.
fantastic. Well, it was good to see everybody, and thank you for your time. And for those of you who signed up for the 7 meetings a month, we're gonna go back. We're gonna go off of this one and come back on one more time for that meeting.
Same link?
Same link.
Okay.
So, but I'm going to hang up so I can get this downloaded. But it was good to see everybody.
See you guys.
Have a great
Bye.
Bye, guys. Bye. Thank you.